Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As you see in the thumbnail, what if Luffy pregnant Nami after Sabaody accident? Before I start, please do support for more awesome content and subscribe my channel and like this video. Go support and follow the Riases for writing that awesome fanfic and also make sure to comment on this story, link in the description. Nami. You're my friend. Luffy. Back then I was quite happy that I finally made a friend. I had grown up without someone that cared for me this way as a friend, if I don't talk about Najiko or Bellemere and the villagers. So I was very glad to have Luffy thinking of me as a friend. The way he beat Arlong for the sake of me and the villagers didn't even make it seem like he was a pirate. I was ecstatic if I do say so myself. But now I get this weird feeling that I am disappointed about Luffy calling me his nakama. He could have used any other word than a friend. I don't get the good feeling about the sentence he used anymore that I used to have before. I wanted more close words from his mouth and not just a friend. But why am I disappointed? Didn't I always want a friend who cared for me this way? So why do I want more from him? What is this feeling killing me inside? Nami was disturbed as Robin was poking her in the side. What is it, Robin? Nami asked, getting her thoughts off her mind. What are you thinking for so long? Robin asked Nami. I was thinking about what the weather looks like. Pretty nice, huh? Nami said, moving her hands from side to side. Robin added, but looked disappointed. Nami, I thought we were close friends. But I feel disappointed in myself that I've created an environment where you feel awkward telling me something. I am sorry. Robin said as she turned her heels and started to walk away. Nami instantly felt guilty. Of course, Nami could tell her anything. Robin and Nami had SBFFS relationship, a sister's relationship, and even a mother-daughter relationship. Nami grabbed Robin's hand and stopped her. I am sorry sorry Robin. You're right, I shouldn't feel anything while telling you my things. We are best friends. She said, smiling. Robin smiled back. So tell me, what's your problem, Miss Navigator? Nami sighed, then took a deep breath. So I and my villagers were controlled by a son of a bee, Arlong guy. I promised Arlong to give him a huge sum of berries so that he could free my village. I pretended to become a part of him all along. I even betrayed Luffy and the others to save my village. Yet, Luffy came to save me when Arlong figured out I was just pretending to become one of them, when in reality I hated him, despised him so much. Luffy defeated Arlong and then understood that I thought I had no friends because Arlong was using me, then he said those words that I thought I would never hear. Nami paused. He said that I was his friend. She smiled. I was more than happy to know that I had a friend at that time. But now, I get this disappointing feeling when he said I was his friend. Robin smiled at the bravery of Luffy and Nami and then chuckled, looking at Nami's hopeless situation. You wanted some more words from his mouth other than friend, right? Robin asked. Nami shyly nodded her head. Why though? Robin knew the reason was -0 revoltee, but decided not to tell her. Nami, you must figure this out by yourself. Nami looked annoyed but shook her head. The girls then headed to the lawn area of the Sunny, where Luffy, Chopper, and Usopp were fighting like kids. Brook was writing some notes in his diary, which were probably music notes. Zoro was taking his afternoon nap. Frankie was hitting something with a hammer, and last but not least, Sanji was complaining that Zoro was sleeping all day. You broke my sleep, you damn love cook. Zoro shouted while it looked like he was about to eat Sanji. Good thing I did that, or else you would have been a useless cat, mosshead. Sanji replied, now, looking like he was about to eat Zoro. How did you two? Nami shouted. Sanji immediately stopped and started getting goo goo gaga over Nami and Robin. 1. DSK was the only thing Zoro said and just looked into the sea. There was a long silence where Nami kept looking at the rubber man but stopped and broke the silence. Somebody talk. Everyone broke out into laughter as Luffy went up to her and then something into her ear that made Nami tomato red. What's up, Nami? Is there something in my face? Why have you been looking at my face from before? Luffy said with sarcasm and a devious, heart-crushing, HOTTT, and Sui smirk. I swear to God. If y'all saw his face, RNUPPL would forget who Zoro, Sanji, Levi, Goho, and those other guys are. I know UPPL haven't seen this side of Luffy, but trust me, he looks flapping hot. Oda. Please someone. Please animate this scene. 3. Nami looked like she was about to die. She had a dark red blush on her face that was clearly visible to Luffy. Luffy knew that he was about to be punched by Nami. Sorry, Nami. I did not mean it. I am sorry, please don't punch me. But Nami ignored the cry and looked away. I was just looking at you thinking you would break the silence. Nothing else, okay? Luffy nodded with his normal grin, but Nami wanted to see more of his other side. It was time for lunch and everyone headed to the kitchen. Is it meat? Luffy asked, shouting. No, idiot, you don't get meat every day, Sanji said to Luffy. Luffy looked sad, but after seeing the other dishes lying on the table, he thought, okay, no problem. On the other hand, Nami could not stop thinking about how Luffy had caught her looking at him like a simp. She was quite silent the whole lunch. Our girl Robin's head knew what had happened, so she asked Nami, feeling alright, Miss Navigator? With her smirk. Nami choked on her food and said, nothing, I am totally fine. I just thought I should get some peace and quiet, you know. She said, obviously trying to hide her nervousness. Okay, Robin said. Everyone looked at Nami like she was acting very weirdly, which she was. All this time it was Luffy who was looking at her because maybe Luffy thought Nami blushing was cute. Nami noticed Luffy staring at her from the corner of her eye and thought it's deja vu time. There are many giants. Can humans be giants? Yes. Mermaids? Yes. Hats? I don't know, but maybe they can be. And if a giant cat catched a human, Robin laughed like a villain. It will kill it like a mouse. The cat's sharp and huge nails will tear the skin of the human, and the blood will rain. Then the cat will tear out the human's lungs, intestine and its stomach with gooey substances everywhere. 2. Robin thought with a creepy smile in her face. Terrified Nami saw that and decided that she wouldn't disturb her friend for a while. Nami then saw Luffy and headed toward him. Luffy was looking towards the ocean with big cute eyes. Nami was taken aback, but she had to take revenge. Luffy? Nami shouted. Luffy was startled, then he pouted and replied. You scared me. Nami giggled and said sorry. She then joined him in the sightseeing and said, such a peaceful day, right? Yeah. Nami had almost forgotten her revenge, but decided to do it anyhow. So Luffy. HN. I was wondering if I looked funny while eating. Why? Cause I caught you staring into my face. Luffy's eyes widened and he looked away. Any reasons? No. No reason, you just looked good, well better than before, so I thought I would compliment you, but I decided I didn't want to get punched. Luffy let it all out. He could never lie, even the most critical things, he would let it out like a silent fart. Nami giggled. Luffy, I'm sorry that I make you think I'll beat you every time. I won't. It's okay and thanks. Luffy had a huge grin on his face. Just then Nami looked at her wrist and started to jump up and down holding Luffy's hands. Wa Nami? Luffy said, startled but enjoying the sudden excitement. Everyone, the log post is pointing to an island, finally. Nami said, still catching Luffy running downstairs where everyone was. Luffy gave the vibe check and everyone started smiling and laughing. Moments like this made the Straw Hats' time together special. But of course, there was a certain jealousy of Sanji, but he had matured and decided not to show his envy to Luffy for getting to hold Nami's hand. That's my boy. Dude, we all know that happiness doesn't last for long because just then loud thunders could be heard. As everyone stopped, a drop of rain fell on Chopper's head. Wow, there's water on my head. Did someone forget to turn off some tap? There's no tap above us, idiot. Zoro said. Then where are the water droplets coming from? Chopper asked. How would I know? Look up. Zoro shouted. Everyone looked up and just then rain started pouring down and a huge storm followed. They all headed inside Nami's room where Nami looked terrified. No. No way. This can't happen, she shouted. Nami? It's okay, mistakes happen, you must have had some mistakes while looking at today's weather. Usopp tried to comfort her. No. I was 100% sure today's sky was clear. But how? Nami, Luffy shouted. Everyone turned towards him. There is no way that the best navigator in the world did any mistake. This storm is the one to blame. Everyone looked at him with a sweat drop. Nami appreciated Luffy trying to calm her, but it had never happened that a storm approached when there was sunlight just 2 seconds before. This storm is something we have never experienced. Luffy, yo, you remember right, we looked out into the clear sky just 2 minutes before the rain. Luffy nodded. This storm must be something new. As far as I know, the first sign of a storm this strong would usually be something like large and puffy dark clouds. But I didn't see any of them. Everyone looked serious. Well, wait. Everyone looked at her with questions. It can't be. What can't be? The donkey storm. I'm sorry, I have a weird thinking of names of storms. The dawn, what again? Zoro asked. The donkey storm, I've heard of it, it's a terrifying supernatural and mysterious storm that happens once every 800 years. The storm range is pretty small actually. The storm covers the area which is about only 5 times this ship. Haha, the storm that small won't affect us. Usopp laughed. Nami looked tense. Though the range is small, the storm is one of the most powerful storms recorded in existence. And the lightning created in these storms are so powerful that. Nami couldn't finish that. At what? Nami swan? Sanji asked, becoming more serious. Nami turned to Luffy. The lighting is so strong that you, Luffy, cannot absorb it. What does it mean? I don't know. Stop terrifying me. Luffy, when you get struck by normal lightning, it does not hurt you, but if you get struck by the lightning of this storm, you will get hurt terribly. Everyone couldn't speak. The storm was this powerful that even the Gomu Gomu no fruit user, Rubber Man, would get affected by it. We need to get out of this storm. Chopper and Usopp cried. The Straw Hats were in chaos. Everyone was shouting or praying to God. I don't want to die by a storm. I still haven't become the king of the pirates. I thought the last moments of my life would be when I will be treating all kinds of diseases and helping people happily. And what will happen to Dr. Rin-san? Kuina. Sorry. I'm sorry, like this, I can't be the greatest swordsman. No one had seen Zoro bailing like that, but nobody cared, they were all scared. Parrot, Onion, Pepper. K, I'm sorry. Nami Swan, Robin-chan, I won't be able to see your beautiful faces new. Slap's face, I won't be able to see the beautiful face of the all blue. Babuan. My dear dolphin. I am crying even though I have no eyes to cry, yahohoah. This is super depressing, Sunai. Iceberg. 4. If humans didn't get killed by giant cats, we surely are going to be killed by giant storms. Nami looked at everyone's worried faces, even the calmest person, Robin, was worried. Flashback. And then the Supergirl saves everyone with her skills and IQ. Yay. Nijiko shouted, jumping up and down. Supergirls are not real, Nami pouted. Bellamere giggled. Maybe no girl can have a super name, but every girl can be a supergirl, Nami Bellamere said. How? Nijiko and Nami asked in collision with sparkly eyes. Bellamere took a deep sigh. Back when I was in Marine, I used to save many helpless people from the bad pirates. How? I just put what I had as a talent for good. So we can use stealing for good. Nami shouted. Stealing for good? Maybe yes, but I haven't heard of it. Bewed Nami. What is your other talent? I can draw maps and sometimes even detect the weather, Nami shouted. You can obviously put that to good use. Oh. When the time comes. You will know by yourself. Bellamere smiled. End of flashback. Nami smiled weakly. I guess I know the time, which is now. Thank you, Bellamere-san. Everyone, Nami said, catching their attention. What is it, Nami? As a navigator, what is my duty? Isn't it to take responsibility when we need weather or island finding problems? What type of problem is it now? She said, looking down. It's a weather problem, of course. Wait, Nami, no you don't. Robin looked worried and everyone understood why. Nami, no. Luffy, when I said I will officially become the navigator of this crew, I said, knowing all the terms and conditions, as well as in times like this, so it is my duty to protect you all from this storm, and I will fulfill it. Nami, don't. This might be my last. I'm sorry, Usopp, Zoro, Luffy, Sanji-kun. I couldn't fulfill the promise that I made in front of you, of drawing the world map, but I will be protecting you all. Sorry, everyone. Luffy tried to grab Nami, but by then she had gone out of the room and locked it outside. Sorry, everyone. A tear fell down Nami's face. But I will fulfill my duty. Nami. Get in here, you'll get hurt. Nami. Luffy shouted and tried to open the door. No, idiot. Zoro said. If you open the door, the wind will pull all of us out and we'll all die. We need to find another way out. TCH, that witch girl trying to kill herself. Nami-san, Sanji shouted on the top of his lungs, please don't go up. We all better die together than you leave us. No one will die, Luffy shouted. The window, Robin pointed. Maybe we can try that. Everyone looked toward the window. It was quite a small one actually, but big enough to fit Luffy as he had a rubbery body. But it was too high. I could jump up there, but there is no handle to grab onto with my hands. Luffy complained. We all will have to stack up, Usopp yelled. Meanwhile, damn this storm, Nami shouted as she was struggling to stand up. Nami was using pillars in the ship to get a hold of herself. Man, I'ma die tonight. She said to herself, but no matter what, I will save my crew. After all, I would die anyhow without them protecting me. It's nice that I could die later. She started to cry. Nami made her way up to the navigation slowly, but just then the strong wind blew her off. Got it, Nami shouted as she had managed to grab a pole. She climbed down and now had to go up all over again, damn it. Nami carefully placed her steps as she was worrying if she could make it all the way up. But for the sake of her crewmates, she needed to. Back to the rest of the crew, you long nose. Don't step on my eye. Zoro shouted. I'm trying not to. Usopp said as he climbed Zoro carefully. Luffy. You climb me now. Luffy stretched his arms and grabbed Usopp's, but the force that Luffy used to climb up made Usopp and Zoro fall. The AMNNN, it. Frankie shouted. Use me, Luffy. Just then Frankie changed his hair into a long hairstyle. He signaled Luffy to use it as a support, and so did Luffy. Carefully he climbed onto Frankie and attempted to open the window. It's too tight. I will have to break it. The sound of shattering glass shook everyone, and then powerful wind entered the room but Luffy managed to not fall from Frankie. The two gave it all and went towards the window, while the wind was still pushing them back. Back to Nami. UGHH. Nami complained as she finally managed to grab the steering wheel of the SHIP. Sorry guys, it what it's called. 1. She used all she got to steer the wheel, and the ship changed directions. I can spot the clear sky to my right. So she steered the ship with all she had and finally managed to succeed. Move forward. Sonny. She shouted. All the crew had sensed the change of direction and thought that Nami was succeeding. Nami-san did it. The storm is clear this direction. Sanji shouted. But the storm is still strong, she might get blown away, so we must call her back. Luffy said as he approached the window and shouted Nami. Please come back. You did all you can. Nami heard it, but there was still work left. She used her weathering stick to create a large gust of wind that pushed the ship towards the clear sea. The gust of wind was still weak compared to the storms, so Nami kept going and going until she made it. Yay. She thought but the gust of wind caught her and threw her to the sea. But Nami tried to climb back up. Just then, a shark appeared and bit her off. I had done it, she thought, but it had a cost. The damn shark killed me how can I be so weak to be killed by a shark? I mean the gust of wind was pushing me the other way, so I couldn't save myself. Fuck. Well my time has come by everyone, Luffy and then her eyes closed. Back to the Straw Hats. What is it Luffy-san? Brook asked. The wind stopped. Right when Luffy finished his sentence Sanji kicked open the door and there was a clear sunny sky. We made it out of the storm Usopp shouted as he cried in happiness jumping with Chopper. Damn, I thought I would die for a sec Zoro said to himself. The ship had stopped moving. Nami? Where's Nami Luffy shouted. Everyone rushed to where the steering wheel was but Nami wasn't there. Everyone shouted her name. Nami. Nami. Nami, don't scare us. Just then Usopp went to the corner of the ship and his eyes widened gook eyes. He called shivering. Everyone rushed to the corner and down in the sea was Nami's long post and her weathering stick floating in a pool of blood. No. Nuo. Luffy shouted as he stretched his arms and caught the things with the blood. These are Nami-san's items Brook shouted. Worriedly Chopper took the blood sample and ran to his room. There, he quickly did some things with it using some tests and pieces of stuff. He came back looking dull where everyone looked upset. This blood is of Nami's. Everyone shouted and started to weep, even Zoro PPL. It's my fault Luffy shouted and jumped into the ocean. Baka you can't swim. Sanji shouted. He quickly jumped into the water and saved Luffy. Once Luffy opened his eyes, he saw everyone sad and silent. Everyone was sad at Nami's death. Luffy started to cry loudly first Ace. Now Nami. Why did they both die to protect me? Why am I so weak? Luffy shouted crying. All the sobbing then turned into loud cries as the Straw Hats were mourning Nami's death. It had been a day since Nami had gone. The ship was awfully quiet. Luffy didn't get out of bed, he wasn't sleeping. He was just sobbing inside the blanket that covered him from all sides. Robin was laying on a chair with her hair covering her eyes. She had never been in that state not even when she was captured by Rob Lucci. The sadness in her heart was equal to the sadness of when she had seen her home island burn down. Topper was covered by medical books since yesterday he had been figuring out how to bring dead bodies to life. But inside, he knew it was impossible, so he just slept at his desk. Brook and Usopp were just staring into the sea, hoping to see Nami's body which was alive. But they knew it was hopeless searching for someone who had already died. Zoro and Frankie too had been awfully silent up in the crow's nest. Frankie was building an orange photo frame for Nami's picture, but immediately stopped when it reminded him of Nami. Zoro noticed it and just looked away, hating himself for not being able to save that woman. Sanji, as usual, was cooking, but he couldn't just concentrate. He was steering and steering, burning the damn soup. And then he started crying Nami. The tears dropped down to his food which he noticed later on. Damn. He said throwing the pot away which made the soup waste itself. He then looked terrified as he had never wasted food. Robin hurriedly came to see the noise as she saw crying Sanji near the wasted soup. Sanji-kun. I know. My tears dropped on the food which made it too salty, it was burned so I threw it. But no I realize what I have done. Damn it. I'm losing my mind. Why? Why Nami-san? Robin started to cry and then followed everyone else's. Without Nami, they were devastated. That day, no one ate breakfast. Luffy was still in bed holding his pillow as tightly as possible. Just yesterday, at the same time a happy cheerful Nami was skipping through the ship. No one and I mean no one could think what would have happened next. Luffy was crying loudly, he had eye patches as he hadn't slept the whole night. Nami. Why did you leave me? Why? He wailed on. Sniff. I was so happy nowadays. Especially with you. I don't know why. But whenever I was around you. I felt so cheerful. Trying to impress you or trying to make you interested in talking to me. Luffy cried louder. But you didn't like me trying to do that, didn't you? That's why you left us. Me. Luffy was the most devastated one in the crew about Nami's death. He was blaming himself all along. Ace Nami. I'm so sorry both of you died protecting me when I was the N who was supposed to protect you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Luffy continued wailing. Lunchtime had come. But again no one came. They were all in the same place. Bed, bench, kitchen, deck of the sea and the crow's nest. It was dinner already. This time Sanji had cooked it with heavy eyes. He went to call everyone for dinner. Robin-chan, Sonny said gently. It's time for dinner. Skip me, Sanji-kun, call others, she said looking down. No. You haven't eaten the whole day, neither has anyone else. So we all must eat now. Sanji said in raising his tone. Robin stood up and just followed him away. You two come to eat dinner or else I'll slap you for wasting my cooked food. Sanji called out to Usopp and Brook. The both looked hesitate. As if eating will decrease their loyalty towards Nami, but after death glares of Sanji, they finally gave in. Chopper was still in his desk. Chopper, come eat dinner, Sanji shouted. No, I won't. Rather than Sanji picked Chopper up, so Chopper reluctantly gave in. Everyone headed to Luffy's room. Sanji knocked the door, but there was no response. So he opened it forcefully. Boy Luffy, come eat dinner. We haven't eaten the whole day. I am not hungry, Luffy replied. 1. Boy Luffy, we won't eat without you. So if you don't want to see us dying, then come, Zoro said angrily. Yes, Luffy. We all are sad about Nami, okay, but that doesn't mean you don't have to. What? Luffy shouted. Everyone looked shocked. So you all expect me to come eat happily like nothing ever happened? Nami died, everyone. She fucking left us. So why do you expect me to eat while chilling, huh? What are you all? Crewmates of Nami? If yes, how can y'all be trying to eat right now? Huh? Silence was around. Robin, you are Nami's best friend, right? So why are you trying to act like nothing has happened? Her dying means end of friendship. Luffy looked guilty after saying that. Sorry, I'll just, Luffy said, trying to go out of the room. Robin glared at him and stopped him with her dos fleurs. Robin, I'm sorry. Luffy, I tolerate many things, but I won't tolerate you insulting my relationship with Nami. She was, is and will be my forever good friend. Robin, calm down. None of us is chilled. We all are sad and depressed down inside. But us not reacting or eating won't bring Nami to life. Will it? If we just sulk forever. None of our dreams will come true. She paused. Guys. Nami once told me about her other dream. Everyone looked at her. She said she wished to see us fulfill our dreams. So we must continue forward. Should we, Captain? Robin looked at Luffy. Luffy forced a smile. Yes, I'm sorry, you're right, we should move forward, let's eat, everyone. That night had passed pretty quickly. Although the Straw Hats were still hesitant. They talked more and moved around more. Yet, Luffy was pretty distanced. He was out of the world, always thinking, probably blaming himself for Nami's sudden death. Robin should take up the responsibility, right, Luffy? Zoro was discussing the new navigation duties in the meeting of the Straw Hats, but Luffy wasn't paying attention. Right, Luffy? Oh, Luffy. Luffy heard the wake up to reality dialogue by Madara, so he snapped back. Sorry. I didn't get you. I was saying Robin should take the substitute of the navigation duties. Zoro replied. Although Luffy didn't like the idea of replacing Nami so quickly. He didn't want to talk about that and upset himself or anyone. So he just nodded and went back to his I'm weak thoughts. That morning after breakfast, as everyone was roaming around the ship, Usopp glanced over to see an island. He quickly told everyone the news and they all came running. It's not that huge, but we can step down to fill up the stocks. Frankie said looking at others. We need to fill up more food, clothes as well as some mechanical supplies, Usopp said, pointing to the broken door of Nami's room. Everyone went back to the thoughts of Nami, but they were quickly interrupted as a sudden force pushed them very near towards the island. What was that? Chopper shouted. I don't know. But we are going to crash, so let me just stop the ship. Luffy yelled. He then stretched out his hands and caught the ship from all sides. Luffy pulled the ship with all the power he got and finally managed to slow the ship down. But it was still moving with some chance to crash. Luffy again pulled it, this time using all of his might. It was so sudden, but thankfully they managed to stop the ship from crashing into the island. It was a small Tahanki. Robin said looking at the distance. What is that? Brook asked. The hanky is a wind-style technique that is kept outside some places to protect it so that pirates get away from that place or simply crash and die. Brutal, Brook thought. As they looked forward, they saw a huge jungle. There must be some town inside this jungle, Robin said, hearing the noise of what might be a town market. Yeah. We should get down. Brook pointed out. The Straw Hats took their belongings and after safely parking the Sunny, everyone went inside the jungle. I can see a gate. The jungle isn't so big. Maybe the gate leads to the town, Usopp said. As soon as they entered, many guns pointed toward them. In front, they saw a bunch of guards guarding a beautiful town. Hey. Put the gun down. We aren't going to harm you. Zoro shouted. Aha, one of the guards stated. Wait. Another shouted. All the guards looked at that one guard who yelled, they're the Straw Hats. Everyone looked terrified and one of them who seemed to be the chief shouted, don't harm us please. Luffy looked angry at the thought that people thought that the Straw Hats were pirates who killed innocent people. He then saw a mic beside him and picked it up. To everyone in this town, I am Monkey D. Luffy, who is going to become the king of the pirates. And I am here with my fellow crewmates. But remember, we are here just to get some supplies, we won't be hurting any of you. But we can even help you all if you just ask us politely. And that's my promise to you all. Everyone in the town erupted with happiness as they were excited that great Straw Hats were in their city. The guards finally gave in and let them pass. As Luffy and the others roamed around the town, people realized that they, in fact, weren't going to hurt them. So, they decided not to care and just gave the Straw Hat their smiles. Luffy felt relieved that the townspeople were okay with him. But even seeing the beautiful town, he didn't get happy, he was still depressed about Nami's death. A day passed on and the Straw Hats collected the items they needed. On their way, Luffy noticed some group of kids was troubling a small, fragile-looking girl. She caught his attention because she looked just like someone Nami. Boy, you kids. Don't trouble her or else, Luffy said, pulling his sleeves up. Sorry. The kid said, running away. The rest of the Straw Hats were glad to see Luffy acting well. Don't worry. I am here to help you. What's your name? My name is Tamika. Tamika, are you okay? Robin asked. Yes. Tamika nodded happily. Can you go back home, Tamika? Sanji asked her. I always forget the way. Tamika said, slapping her head. But I do know that my house is beside the dojo stadium. Tamika added. Yosh. Let's go take Tamika back home. Luffy said. Luffy asked the town people where the dojo stadium was. One person looked at them with very nice and happy eyes. Go right around the corner, after that take the first right turn and you will reach the dojo stadium. The stranger said. The Straw Hats and Tashika thanked the stranger and went right around the corner. There they saw beautiful markets for vegetables and fish. Robin said they must be selling a lot of them daily. Yeah, this is very crowded of a place. Usopp agreed. Do they sell booze over here? Zoro asked. Everyone hit foreheads as Zoro asked such a silly question in this moment. We gotta take the right, Luffy asked. Nuo. Let me show you the direction. Zoro said, going the wrong way. Sanji pulled Zoro back and shouted, no idiot. Everyone had a sweat drop as they finally reached the dojo. Is this the one, Tashika? Robin asked her. Tashika nodded and pointed to a nearby house. That's my home. The Straw Hats headed in that direction. As they opened the door, they were greeted by an old lady. Tashika. Why are you late? Did you get lost again? The old woman asked. Sorry, Granny. These people helped me get back. Tashika said, looking at the Straw Hats. The Straw Hats greeted Tashika's granny as she signaled them to come inside. I thank you for helping my granddaughter. Her parents passed away when she was little, so I take care of her. Granny said as she put some orange juice in the cups for the Straw Hats to drink. Here, she said, handing out the cups. Thank you, Granny. Luffy said. What was the young girl doing in the markets? Frankie asked her. She was there to get some medicine since we found that girl was found by her unconscious on the shore. Tashika was always there for helping her get better. Oh my. Robin said, worriedly. Unconscious girl on the seashore. Yes, just one day ago, me and Tashika were out to the beach to get some sand. There we saw a beautiful girl, laying unconscious. It seemed that she was bitten by an animal. Perhaps a shark. Granny said. How is she now? Brook asked, sipping the juice. Well, she hasn't woken up yet. Maybe we need to give some sort of medicine to her, but. Granny said, looking worried. She is so beautiful, orange high with the same orange eyes. She perhaps was a sailor. Since I could smell seawater, had a blue tattoo on the top of her arm. Truly pretty. Such a shame that she fell injured. The Straw Hats looked shocked, then shared a glance at each other. You said she had a blue tattoo on her arm? Luffy asked. Yes, she died. Can we see her? Sanji asked as all of the Straw Hats got up. They looked at each other and gulped as Granny nodded and took the Straw Hats' art to a room. As soon as she opened the door, the Straw Hat saw a pretty girl sleeping in the bed. And that same girl was Nami. It's actually Nami. Luffy shouted as she went to her bed and hugged her. Nami-san. Nami. Everyone shouted these words as they went and hugged her. Nami isn't dead. She's alive. Usopp said. I am sorry Nami. Luffy said crying. Nami-san. I'm so happy you're well, I'll make sure to get you awakened well. Nami. Chopper said crying too. The granny looked confused at first, but then understood it all. That girl, Nami, was their friend. She was glad that she helped a girl whose friends helped Tashika. Luffy turned to her. When is she going to wake up? I have no idea. I have tended her wounds but I have done no better thing to wake her up. It's okay. Chopper shouted. I will check her and treat her. So for us please granny. Let us stay here until Nami is awake. We need her. She is our closest friend and our navigator, Luffy shouted. Ooh. You said you have a spare room, right? The boys all will fit there. And I will share bed with Nami, Robin said. Okay. And we will bring our own food to share with you and I will cook it. Sanji added. Okay. Granny shouted. All of them looked at each other. Happiest Luffy. Our Nami as well. They shouted. Tashika heard all of this and asked Granny what happened. The injured girl is actually their friend. So they will stay here till she is awake. Tashika got happy because she really admired the Straw Hats. Yay. At night everyone was happy and celebrated as Sanji cooked one of his best dishes. You cook excellently. Granny said. Everyone nodded. Once Nami-san wakes up, I will make an even better meal. Sanji shouted. At night, as everyone went to sleep in their respective rooms, Robin prohibited anyone to come to their room because she wanted to have her little time with her friend. Flashback. Up. I died. Is this heaven? Nami thought. Oh no. This must be hell because it's all black. Man Oh you girl, you're so weak and fragile. I don't even know if you'll ever wake up. Nami heard an old woman saying so. Granny. I'll fix her after all, I am a doctor. A little girl replied. Nami felt someone treating her wounds. I am alive, but my eyes are closed. I can't move or speak. Damn, I have to spend so many days just hearing and feeling stuff. But I'm glad I died saving my crew, saving Luffy. I want to see him so badly, but I sadly can't. Every day, the old woman and the little girl, perhaps her granddaughter, were helping me. Such kind people. Nami thought. But one certain day, there were guests. Nami could hear loud voices, and that voice was oddly familiar. Suddenly, a group of people ran towards her room and opened it and shouted Nami. Did they know my name? Wait. They are my friends, my crewmates. They're here to save me. They found me. I was so happy. I wish I could see them, but I understood. I was content with them being by my side. I heard them discussing that until I was okay, they would stay here. Fuck. I want to be able to get up and be normal so that I can see them. Nami thought all of this. Until now. Flashback ends. At night. Someone was beside me. Robin, I think because she said she'll share bed with me, but after hearing her voice, I was sure. Nami thought. Hey Nami. Robin said, feeling sad. I hope you can at least hear me right now because I have so many things to talk to you for now. I still blame myself for what has happened to you. I'm sorry Naomi. That day, if I had even tried to do anything, you would be alive and well right now. I mean you're still alive, but you wouldn't have been this hurt or unconscious for this long. I miss you, everyone misses you. You know, this morning, we were going to crash into this island. If you were there, none of this would have happened. But thankfully we managed to survive. The day before yesterday everyone was so depressed. We didn't eat at all because of you, silly. But we realized you will always be with us, in our hearts and souls. We will need to move on for us and for you as well. I told them how you dreamt of seeing us fulfill our dreams. We were so silent back then, but now after seeing you, we are joyous. So please, just wake up and make us even happier. Robin smiled weakly, but then she smiled properly as she thought of something. You know, Luffy was acting happiest when he found out you're okay, and he was the saddest when you were gone. He cares for you awfully lot. So I do think he likes you, but is too naive to understand it. That sentence made Nami blush inside. Inside she was happy she wasn't awake at that time. Okay. Let's sleep now. The next day, Robin left the room to help the others. Soon after, Chopper sat next to Nami trying to figure out what is wrong with her. He checked her heartbeat and other stuffs like that. Nami. Chopper cried, I'm so sorry, I can't do anything for you right now. Trust me, I would do anything to help you get well. So he said, wiping his tears. I will read 5 long books about coma and its type and which type is yours. I will also figure out its solution. 1. That made Nami giggle inside and inside. She was happy that Chopper wanted her well so badly. Next Sanji came in. Nami-san. Sanji said with a dramatic emotional voice. I'm so sorry, I'm just sitting here, doing nothing but cooking. Trust me, when I find out which shark bit you, I will deal with it very intensely. Nami-san, I've always respected, admired, and loved you, so please just get up, although I know you and I aren't made for each other. Sanji paused. Because of our gummy captain starting to care for you out of his limits, you know the symptoms of love, dude. I will always be there, you, okay? I hope you can hear me, Nami-san. Nami felt relieved and happy at the same time after Sanji said that. Next, Zoro came in. I don't miss you. I don't care about you or anything. But. Damn, I hate to admit it, maybe I do care a tiny whiny bit that you're dead-ass witch now. Ugh. You know, I ain't so good at navigating. I know no one else better than you at this shit. So yeah, get your ass up, woman. Nami, at first don't call me a witch. Nami, at last, you whatever, fine, thanks. Next is your skeleton, brook. Hey Nami-san, no one is here right now and you aren't awake, so I have to chance of seeing your panties. But. One. Brook sighed. I'm a good man now. Your bad condition made me miss you and now I'm content with having you as you are, alive. So please wake up, Nami-san. Brook then played a beautiful violin that made Nami feel special. Frankie entered the room next. Boy, little girl. I am only good at building, not using, so you better wake up and do your duties properly. We miss you, Nami, a lot, so you must be well, you have a dream to complete, okay? Usopp came inside and booed at Nami but laughed after she didn't react. I remember when I used to scared you with my pranks. Ha. I miss those days. I miss you, Nami. We miss you. Usopp said, getting senti. So my very friend, wake the fuck up and better get back to ship controlling, cuz. No one is as good as you in navigating. Okay. Chopper said he'll find a way to get you to become well. He finished 2 whole books and now is sleeping, but he is dedicated and so am I, so please wake up, Nami. At the very last, Luffy came inside the room and shut it gently behind him. He looked serious, very serious. Hey Nami. As Luffy entered the door and took Nami's name, she knew who he was. She felt like crying because neither could she see him or speak to him. But inside, her heart was full of joy. I really hope you can hear me, Nami, Luffy stated, rubbing the back of his head. It's been a while, crying. I am so sorry. Luffy ran to her bed and buried his head in her blanket. Muffling voices. I have been crying like a baby for 3 days now. Ugh. And don't be mad, but it's all because of you. And myself too. If only I had been a bit careful that day, you wouldn't be in this condition, Nami. Luffy stopped crying and sniffed, but now. Maybe I am a little happy that you are at least alive. I just want to see you awake and well, so please just wake up. For some days I had been feeling all squishy inside, around you. I wanted to be with you all the time. Luffy giggled. So maybe you didn't like it and now you're giving me this punishment of not being able to see you, well damn, you're cruel, Luffy laughed. Chopper is still searching for the cure for your condition. We tried to tell him to take a break. But we understand that he's doing all that to help you, which we want too. So we aren't going to stop him. Robin is helping him and the others too. Everyone misses you. Especially me. Luffy put a hand in his eyes and laughed. I don't know what this feeling is, but I know that it's for you and it's a good feeling. I hope to see you well very very soon, so please Nami, wake up. Everything Luffy said, it touched Nami's heart. She felt like hugging him, but she couldn't. Damn, Chopper, please find what's wrong with me. Nami thought. Luffy left and there was again a moment of silence for Nami. Which she hated a lot. The next day, Straw Hats were helping Granny around the house. How old is this thing? Zoro asked as he tried to clean an antique vase. This thing and this house is 40 years old, Granny replied, laughing. Sanji shouted, what are you doing living in this old house? This is my grandfather's house, uncle. Tashika replied. Granny, Grandpa, Mom and Dad used to live here for so long. This is the only remnant of my parents and Grandpa, so we live here. Everyone smiled at the girl's brave answer. That is so sweet of you. But don't call me Uncle, Sanji shouted. Everyone laughed. Later on, Frankie and Brook had a little entertainment show for Tashika. Changing hairstyles. Which one do you like? Frankie asked Tashika. The big straight one. Tashika replied, amazed. Brook played some exciting tunes for everyone to enjoy. Everyone had a great time. If only Nami was there, it would be even more better. Here, have some snacks, drink burger fries. I found it. Chopper yelled that everyone gathered around him. You found what? Usopp asked. I found Nami's coma type. Her heartbeat is still running. Her pressure and everything else is normal. She is alive and awake, she just can't move or body parts or see. Chopper replied, seriously. If she couldn't move or and see, she could at least talk, right? Dumb, Luffy asked. Idiot, if she can't move her body parts can't move her mouth too. Chopper replied. It took some time for Luffy to process it. But then he got it. So she can hear us? Brook asked. Yes, she can hear and think. Luffy's face turned pink after remembering the things he said to her. She could hear the embarrassing things I told her, Luffy mumbled. Damn. Zoro shouted. What idiot, you should be happy. Sanji yelled back. Oh no. I told her nice things, she must think I turned to a softie. Zoro replied, acting as if the whole world came crashing down. Nice things? Don't tell me you confessed your feelings for her. Sanji said, jumping. No, idiot, I don't like the WICTH. Zoro replied. Yeah, Sanji. Zoro likes Robin-san, Brook replied. No, I don't like anyone. Zoro replied, but his face was red. Then why you blushing? Sanji asked, annoyed at Zoro. Ugh. All these things ate Luffy inside. He didn't confess to Nami or anything, but still, he said awkward things to her. But inside every Straw Hat's heart, they were glad that Nami heard their thoughts. Ugh, you guys. There is no time for this. I still need to read the treatment process. But I'm afraid there is no exact treatment for coma. Chopper. Everyone shouted. That whole morning went by as Chopper created some medicines for Nami. The afternoon came as everyone gathered around Nami's bed while Chopper injected some medicines in her. That is also finished, Sue, Chopper said carefully as he injected one last medicine in her body. The room was dead silent. Up. Inside Nami's head everything went black, she couldn't think or hear any longer. Suddenly her body started shaking like crazy in the bed. Nami. Everyone shouted. Chopper tried to calm her, but before anything else, her body relaxed on its own. Then, everyone saw a tear fall from her eyes. Nami slowly opened her eyes. Everyone. Nami tried to open her eyes, but couldn't due to the harsh light. Quick, close the curtains. Usopp shouted. Everyone closed the curtains, and then there was only a slight ray of life. As everyone looked at Nami, tears rolled down her faces. But at last, she finally opened her eyes first. It was blurry because she hadn't opened her eyes quite in a while. But later on she could see the faces. The first person she saw was Luffy. Is that why you? Nami pointed. Luffy gladly held her hand. Yes, it's me. Nami then turned around. Chopper, Robin, Usopp. Brook, Frankie, Sanji, Kun, Zoro. She paused. It really is you guys in front of me. She said happily. Everyone smiled at her as they all got emotional. I thought I died, well, I guess not, that damn shark pitied me, I guess. She laughed happy tears. Everyone laughed even though tears rolled down. Except for Brook, Frankie and Zoro. They smiled at her. Nah, Nami, you idiot, never leave us like that again. Robin yelled. Nami nodded as she turned around to see Granny and Tashika. They all smiled. It must have been you two, the ones who took care of me, thank you very much, ma'am and little girl. Nami replied. See, my doctor skills helped you. Tashi replied. It was Chopper who healed her. Granny laughed. Tashika helped me a lot, Granny. Chopper replied shyly. They all laughed as Nami carefully got up. She lifted her shirt to see that it was covered with bandages. Is the wound too harsh? Nami questioned. It's not that bad, just apply some of these every day. Chopper said, handing her a cream. Nami looked at everyone and then hugged them as the team finally reunited with their orange-haired, pretty navigator. HHHH. Why can't I sit up straight? Nami yelled, trying to get up. Carefully, Nami, you have been in bed for like 3 days, so take it slowly first, let's make you see nicely, Chopper said. Open the curtains one by one. Sanji pulled off one curtain as everyone turned to her. She first couldn't see properly, but she gave it all she had and opened her eyes. Any problem, Nami? Chopper asked. No. Nami said. They then slowly opened the other curtains and Nami finally could see bright lights. It doesn't hurt my eyes anymore, Nami said. Gosh. The happiest person there, Luffy said. Can you still not sit up? Nami looked down and was surprised to see her doing just fine. She was in a sitting position. I can. Nami said happily. I have made the best meal ever. For you, Nami-san. So come along. Sanji said. Robin carefully held Nami as she got out of bed. She took her first step, shaking, then her second step, and she walked without stopping. She sure was trembling, but Luffy caught her from falling. You okay? Luffy asked. Yes. Nami said, a slight shade of pink blush appearing on her cheeks. Everyone noticed their little romantic moment and smirked. Well, why are you looking at us like that? Nami said, turning red. Nothing. Sanji, being a good friend to Luffy, not simping for Nami anymore, said, laughing. One. Luffy looked confused but meh, whatever. Everyone headed toward the kitchen. That morning everyone already caught their seats, so there were only 2 seats left. Which were next to each other, so Luffy and Nami had to sit there. Everyone exchanged looks that neither Nami nor Luffy understood. but Robin decided not to make them feel alone. "So Nami, you thought you would leave all of us like that only?" "Aye guys, I just wanted to save you all. Anyways now I'm fine right?" Nami pouted. They all laughed. It was a happy moment to share. That afternoon, everyone helped Nami in walking properly, but there was one single person that didn't leave Nami even for 1 second. "Luffy? I'm gonna fall." Nami yelled. "You were doing just fine." Luffy yelled back. Nami had started to walk without shaking, which everyone was grateful for. They both crashed down on the couch. They were alone at that moment. It was quite awkward, so Luffy decided to break the silence. "Say Nami, could you hear all the things talking or making noise around you?" Luffy asked her. "Yeah, I could. I heard what everyone said, even you." Luffy looked embarrassed. "Everything? I don't remember everything, but I was glad everyone cared for me a lot, especially you." Luffy laughed nervously. "Guys, is this what they call love?" Usopp, who was with the others peeking through the door to look at Nami and Luffy, said. "I certainly think so." Robin said, looking at Sanji. "TCH. I don't care. Even if Nami-san likes that monkey, I will support it," Sanji said, annoyed. Robin smiled and patted Sanji's back. "We shouldn't disturb their privacy like that," Chopper replied, loving what he sees. Everyone laughed and went to Luffy's room to surprise him. When Luffy wished Nami good night and went to his room, everyone shouted, "Luffy is in love." "Huh? What?" Luffy replied, confused. "You love Nami-san, don't you?" Brook asked. "Of course I do. You all do, she's our good friend." "Not that type of love, idiot, romantic love," Sanji said. That sentence made Luffy all red. His heart skipped a beat. "In love with Nami?" he said. "You do?" Luffy looked away. "And no. You do?" Luffy could never lie. He knew he felt something different toward Nami, but was it love? "You do?" everyone asked, getting closer. Luffy put his hands in front of his face to hide his red face. "Ma, maybe boo, but I don't know about these things properly." "Leave it to me," Sanji said, grinning. "Welcome to Cooking with Sanji. Y'all know from where this came." 9. Cut. Usopp yelled, "It's not cooking. It's learning about love, you idiot." It was a sunny morning when the Straw Hats, except for Nami who was sleeping, started this drama. "Ugh, why do we need to do this?" Zoro complained while he was fixing the lighting. "This is actually fun," Robin said, managing the background. The Straw Hats were setting up their little show called Learning About Love with Sanji, whose mastermind was Sanji himself. The plan was to teach Luffy about his newfound feelings for Nami. "Okay, action." The so-called director Usopp yelled. Beside him was the co-director, Chopper. "Welcome to Learning About Love with Sanji," Sanji said with a very good appearance. My Sanji Kun, today we have Monkey D. Luffy as our guest and we will be judging his feelings toward Nami. Say, Luffy, since when did you get this feeling? Luffy, who was sitting up straight, nervous because they were filing, replied in a manner that was definitely not his usual style. "It's been some weeks. Even before Nami left." "So? Has your feelings grown since you saw Nami again?" Sanji asked in a very confident manner. "Yes, I guess," Luffy shyly answered. "How do you take it? Do you love her?" "Of course I do. I love everyone, you, Zoro, Usopp, Robin, I love all my close ones. Isn't that normal?" Luffy, slowly getting normal, replied. "Oh, you an innocent bag of beans," Sanji replied. Inside he was raging mad because of Luffy's dumbness, but he controlled it because it was a show. 1. There are 2 types of love, one is family friendly and another one is romantic. Which one do you think you have for her? Sanji asked. "I don't know, maybe the second one," Luffy said, rubbing the back of his head. Everyone smiled. "But I don't properly know that type," Luffy replied. "It's okay, that is why this show is held, Luffy. The love you have for your close ones and the romantic love is totally different. In family friendly love, you love them because they are close to you, you sure care about them, you can family friendly love many people, but romantic love is only for a specific one where you love them because they make you feel special or make you feel all worked up. So now tell me your actions near Nami." Luffy noted as he slowly started gasping the knowledge. Whenever I'm around her, I get this feeling that tells me to do something extra for her. I feel like interesting her in me, she makes me feel all squishy inside my stomach and heart. Do a weird thingy. So is that the romantic love you're talking about? Luffy, finally getting comfortable, spoke his heart out. Everyone was impressed with Luffy. Sanji smiled. "Guess Nami-san is taken, but I at least have Author-chan, right Author-chan?" "Yes Sanji-kun, you have me." 6. Yes, that feeling is definitely that type of love. This made Luffy all red, his heart skipped a beat. He then remembered Nami's smiling face, which made him more flustered. "How can I stop it?" Luffy asked, which made Sanji giggle. "You can't, but you sure can lessen it by confessing." "No. Nami is gonna be mad and punch me if I say I love her." "What if she doesn't feel the same way?" Luffy asked, understanding the pain that boys go through while trying to get a girl. I do think that she likes you back. Sanji said. You think so? Yes, but before confessing it, you need to express it so she at least gets some signal. Sanji said. How? Compliment her, spend more time with her. Touch her where she feels comfortable and happy, bring her gifts or things like that, I'm sure that will work. Sanji replied. Okay, Luffy said. Now Luffy, don't rush, take it slowly, it's a new thing for you, so if you rush, you'll mess it up and Nami-san will get angry. So be careful about that, K. Sanji, being serious, said. Luffy noted. The things they were discussing made Luffy feel something different toward Nami, that different feeling was good. It made him feel good. When I do something nice and she gets all red, does that mean she's angry? Luffy asked. Everyone understood and felt like dancing and yelling, but they kept quiet. Sanji smiled again. No, idiot, you're red too right now, are you angry? Luffy noticed himself smiling like an idiot and being red. No, I'm not angry. That is called blushing, Dumbo, Sanji said. It happens when you get shy or when you're around someone you like. Wait, does that mean she can like me the way I like her back? Luffy, feeling excited, replied. Yes. Sanji said. Luffy felt very happy hearing that. Thank you, Sanji, thank you so much, thank you everyone. This little discussion has made me a bit more thoughtful about my feelings toward Nami, I guess I do love her. You're welcome, Luffy. Thank you everyone for watching our show, hope this makes you understand your problems too. Goodbye. Zoro, who too listened to everything, looked at Robin and found her staring back. They quickly looked away, but they were blushing. Cut. Chopper and Usopp yelled in a collision. That was super. Now Luffy can confess to Nami. Frankie yelled. I can start expressing, but when is the right time to confess? Luffy asked. I know. Granny replied, smirking. Everyone looked toward Granny. There is a summer festival coming up, you shall confess on that day, so like I her. Luffy said in confusion as Sanji tried to explain to him what to do while confessing. After you say it, Sanji made sure everything would be right. But what if she is not comfortable, Luffy asked. Sanji sighed. Haven't I explained this to you already? If she says she loves you back, it's okay. But if she doesn't, then don't her. Luffy understood and nodded. Okay. Got it. That day, Nami noticed everyone eyeing her in a different way. She saw Luffy trying to do things out of his limit, like pulling her chair for her to sit on it, smiling after every sentence she said, touching her back and her shoulder. She also did notice him nervous. Hey. What's up? She asked finally. Nothing. Luffy answered. Nami looked confused, but then he got closer. Why? You feel something different? Luffy asked with that same smirk of some days ago. Nami immediately recognized his hot smirk. It gave her butterflies. She was cut off by Luffy then and there. Maybe the new type of meat I just ate, Luffy then walked away, but the butterflies didn't. Why? Why did I feel that way? Nami questioned herself, blushing. Our detective girl, Robin, saw everything and smirked. Nami, what was that? Nami jumped up straight. No, nothing. Robin replied. Nami sighed. So he got close. And I felt something in my belly. I don't know what that is though. That is love, my girl, it's love, Robin smiled. Yes. But. Robin smiled, that disappointing thing that you felt when Luffy called you a friend is also love. I love him. Nami, blushing like hell, yelled. Not so loud. Yes, I think that you do love him. Robin smiled. Nami looked down, but he is an idiot, he doesn't know love. What if he doesn't love me back? Nami asked. I'm sure he does. I do think he likes you back, Robin smiled. She didn't think, she knew that Luffy liked her back. She just didn't want to reveal it. At night, Nami kept rethinking Robin's words. Love? She questioned herself every time. The only person on her mind was Luffy. She couldn't just sleep. Ugh, why can't I sleep? She asked, annoyed at herself. Maybe a cup of water will do. Nami itched her head as she got up and headed towards the kitchen. Now I know most of you know what happens. Like in every romance story. But this is different. She got her way towards the kitchen to see Sanji-kun. Sanji was looking down, but after he heard Nami's voice, he lifted his head to her and smiled. He signaled her to sit. What are you doing here? Nami asked, surprised. I don't think it's your duty tonight. Yeah, but I just couldn't sleep. Sanji replied, you having sleeping problems too? Yeah, Nami replied, smiling. They both looked up. Sanji decided to make his move on her. Nami-san, have you ever fallen in love? Sanji asked. Nami was taken aback by that question. It wasn't a typical love Sanji to ask that question. Maybe. Why? Sanji smiled. A friend of mine likes you, so I thought I could set you guys up. Don't you feel jealous? Or like mad cause your friend likes me? Nami asked, still shocked. I understand your concern. I've made it too obvious that I love you, but that love has changed. It's more of a caring type of love that I have for you now, Nami-san, Sanji said, smiling. Nami too smiled. Thank you, Sanji-kun. If I can ask, who is that friend of yours? You do know him very closely and I do think you like him back, Sanji replied. Nami was shocked again. It couldn't be. Could Luffy be the friend Sanji was talking about? Anyway, Luffy didn't understand romantic love. Did he? Nami shrugged her thoughts off and returned to their conversation. What's he like? He's a total idiot. He is very new to love. You are quite lucky that you are his first taste in women. I did have to tell him many things about love to make him understand. But I agree, he really loves you dearly, Sanji giggled. Nami smiled, making her think that it really can be Luffy since he matched the description. But she decided not to think it really is him. You dumb Nami. Nami got up and smiled. Knowing someone loves me made me feel better no matter who he is. Now I can sleep. Good night. Sanji-kun. Nami said. Sanji smiled back as Nami went back to her room. It's Luffy, Nami, and I am sure you do like him back that way, although it hurts. It's you and my captain Luffy, so I let you go. Besides, I have author Chan, Sanji said, chuckling. 3. Yes, Sanji. 1. Nami went back to her room, smiling, thinking that the guy Sanji talked about can be Luffy, the guy she loves, but she didn't understand how to reveal it. To him, to the crewmates. If only she knew that they know. She knows. He knows. They know. But they just can't come to tell it. The perfect plot, I guess. The next morning, the Straw Hats had a meeting discussion with Granny and Tashika. I have recovered, now we can go. Nami exclaimed happily. Everyone looked at each other. They need to stay until they get over with the mission. It's fine. You guys can stay here how much you want. Granny tried to negotiate. No, Granny. You have done a lot for me and my crew. We don't want anything else. Nami replied. Everyone got confused about what to do. They thought of telling Nami about the festival, but they knew that there was no reason to attend it. So, if they stayed a bit longer, everyone would ask the Straw Hats to attend it because of the nice things they did, plus it would be near, so Nami would say. Okay. But if they don't even stay, there would be no point in inviting someone to a festival 3 days after, so they were all looking at each other, clueless. What's wrong? Thanks, Granny, for your kindness. But we really can go, right? Everyone. Nami looked at everyone. Everyone was puzzled. If they said yes, Luffy's plan to confess to Nami would become delayed. If they said no, Nami would be very confused. Just then our hero Tashika, who understood the situation, pretended to cry. She yelled loudly, no. No one is leaving me. Are you already sick of me? Wani-chan. Tashika wailed loudly. No, Tashika. It's not like that. I'm not sick of you. Boo. You're staying. Tashika yelled with sparkly eyes. Nami looked hesitant, but she wouldn't say no to such a wonderful child. Okay, I would love to stay. Everyone was relieved. Today is Wednesday, you all stay here till Sunday. Okay? Tashika asked cutely. Sure. Nami smiled and hugged her. View obstacle number 1 cleared. Everyone thought. That day, everyone headed toward the city market to get some food as Nami needed a quite lot of food to eat. Iwatashi complained, pointing at some brinjals. You don't lick him? Luffy asked. No. Tashi complained, making everyone laugh. Tashika got tired of walking, so Luffy carried her like his own daughter. The smile he had on his face. Nami couldn't keep her eyes off of him. He looked so cute carrying Tashi like that. I wish he would carry me like that. Wait. What am I thinking? Nami blushed and shook her head like crazy. What's wrong, Nami? Luffy asked, looking puzzled. No, nothing. Nami answered, feeling awkward. Just then Luffy put his hand on her forehead. You don't have a fever, so why are you red? That closeness made Nami almost faint. Whoa. Calm down. Nami. Luffy held her. My man is carrying 2 girls, now he lucky, Sanji whispered from far away. It was a fun time that day as everyone returned back home. I got some really cool pebbles. Usopp yelled and his best friend Chopper woed. They don't sell coke here. They do sell booze though. I got his really interesting book. Also this wonderful dress. That dress is awesome. That girl, I knew she liked me, she was staring at me. Ugh, she could have just said it out loud. You had bird poop on your head, that's why she was staring at you, Yohu. Nani? Luffy smiled, seeing everyone having a great time. Especially Nami, he missed her. So much. He did want to be a bit closer to her, feel her, and do stuff with her. 4. She looked so pretty. Ugh, am I being like Sanji? No. Luffy? Nami yelling cut Luffy off of his thoughts. Hi. I have called you for so long, what are you even thinking? Nami questioned. Thinking about you, Yugoslavia. Luffy yelled. What's that? I don't know. They both looked at each other, then away, again at each other, again away whilst blushing like hell. Zoro, being Zoro, asked what's going on. Not. Nami and I are having a staring competition, Luffy, trying to get away with awkwardness, stated. Nami took up the challenge and looked into his eyes. To his soul. Luffy too looked into her dreamy orange eyes. It was beautiful. The fact that those beautiful eyes were staring back at him made him feel so happy, contented, content, cheerful, cheery, merry. Beautiful, jovial, king, gleeful, carefree and troubled, lighted. Everything, but he couldn't just keep looking, so he looked away, defeated. Nami chuckled as she ate. And everyone just laughed at their state. The days had passed swiftly. The more days Luffy and Nami spent together, the more they got close. It felt to Luffy as if Nami had played some black magic on him, the black magic he liked though. In a matter of time. Friday afternoon had come, the festival would be tomorrow. Let's go cut some wood. Frankie yelled as Brook and Chopper followed him. Wait for us. Luffy, Brook, Zoro and Sanji ran after them, whilst the rest girls just chuckled and walked slowly. The cherry blossoms in this place are so beautiful, Nami stated looking at the pink heaven. Sakura Tashika yelled, dancing around the falling flowers. They were met by some villagers. Granny went to one of them and talked. The plan was that certain villager would tell her about the festival and later would tell the rest. She had actually talking about some money, haha. The Straw Hats just waited for her patiently as all eyes went to Nami. But their Nami was clueless about the big confession the next day. Thank you. Granny bowed as she went back to the Straw Hats. What were you talking about, Granny? Nami asked, curious. Oh, it's just about a spring festival. It's happening tomorrow. Let's all go, shall we? Nami was interrupted by everyone else. Yeah. Yes. Of course, Granny. We should. Yes. Everyone tried their best to put a straight face. But I don't have a NCIE dress. Nami complained. It's fine. Let's all go shopping today. Luffy yelled, making everyone giggle. That evening, Robin, Nami, Granny and Tashi dragged all the boys and Chopper to the nearest kimono store. Zoro, being the kimono expert for boys, picked out the best outfit for everyone. Why am I too small? Chopper complained. I don't know. They all had bought beautiful outfits. Here goes the pics. Zoro. Sanji. Usopp. His smile, brah. Brook. No comment. Frankie. Where did you get the size from? Luffy. Looks so good. Nami. My gal. Robin. By the end of the day, everyone was chuckling with many shopping bags in their hand. And they said to bring up size 345. Frankie yelled as Usopp and Chopper burst out laughing. I didn't even get a dress. Chopper yelled. I've got one for you, hope it fits. Mother Nico. Robin gave a bag to Chopper. Whoa. Thanks, Robin. Chopper said with sparkly eyes as Nami smiled. That smile melted Luffy's heart. She is just so pretty. Why? Can I do it? Can I actually tell my feelings to her? I don't know. Maybe I can. I should. And I will. The smile took up Luffy's face as he did a little clap for everyone. The moon shone in the nighttime as everyone gathered up for dinner. I did Akamasu. Everyone yelled. They all started eating like crazy because of the tiring day. Meshi, Luffy mumbled. Is good. Luffy. Don't talk with your mouth full. Nami pointed out. Yeah? Sure, Luffy gulped. How caring. They all went to sleep with Nami on Luffy's mind and vice versa. He. Luffy what? Nami. Robin asked. I just said he. It could be any boy, how do you kn? SHH, I know everything, Miss Navigator. And I know he's on your mind. Robin smiled. Nami blushed slightly. Am I on his though? Nami asked awkwardly. I'm pretty sure yes. Robin replied. They both giggled and went to sleep. Tomorrow is a big day for me. Luffy asked himself. The next morning, loud truck noises woke all of them. The Straw Hats saw through their window that loads of stuff were being transferred in trucks. Maybe for the festival. I'm so excited. Tashika yelled out. Yes, Tashika. Nami giggled. They all got up and had breakfast. Let's not have lunch today. And we'll eat everything in the festival. Sanji exclaimed. They better have lots of booze. Will there be shooting games? What if someone gets sick of eating too much? That won't likely happen. Luffy looked at everyone as they all smiled. Sanji to Luffy. Luffy to Sanji. Zero. Chopper to Luffy. Robin to Luffy. What's going on? Confused Nami asked to all the signals. Nothing. Luffy answered and just grabbed her by the hand. Let's go. Go where? Everyone was in awe to see many people working together for the festival. The people here are so caring and supportive. Nami stated, making everyone nod. The season of spring had finally risen up and it was beautiful. Luffy glanced over at Nami to see her smile so beautiful. That day, as everyone helped the villagers to set up for the festival, Nami and Luffy were grouped together for water supply. "This much will be enough?" Nami asked, piling up the last stack of water jars. "Probably." Luffy replied, looking over at a piece of paper. "It says 5 jars here." Nami doubted it and looked at the paper. "It's 15, you idiot." She dragged Luffy to get more jars of water. The touch of Nami's soft hands jerked up Luffy. Nami." Nami stopped right away. "What?" "Your top zipper is open," Luffy stated, pointing at Nami's pack. Nami's face went all red. "Ahhh." She tried to zip up her dress, but it couldn't reach there. "He help," she said awkwardly. Luffy blushed slightly but signaled her to sit down on a nearby rock. Luffy went behind her and brushed her hair away. There were some strands still left, so he needed to touch her back. That touch made both of them red. "Is it you done?" Nami asked. "Well, wait." Luffy then took the zipper and pulled it upwards. "Now." Nami got up, still blushing, but she stumbled upon a rock and fell down. Luffy caught her. "Nah, it's too boring. Have a plot twist." Luffy tried to catch Nami, but he fell down with her and their faces were just inches away. "Blue Luffy." "Nami." "Idiot, get off of me." Nami yelled, punching him out, getting up and hiding her red face. "Sorry. I was just trying to help you out," Luffy said, rubbing his back. Nami felt instant regret. "No, I am sorry." "Haha, you just tried to help. But I'm the clumsy one here." "No. Yo, you are perfect, just the way you are." Luffy yelled out, covering his mouth. A wave of happiness blew across Nami's face. "Perfect." She blushed slightly, looking away. Thanks. Luffy." There was a pinch of silence between them. Nami decided to take her move on Luffy. "I just gotta say. Luffy, I realized I love you." "Yeah? I can do it." Nami spoke up. "Luffy." "Yeah? I lo." Just then, they were interrupted by Sanji, who had called them to get ready for the festival. Both Luffy and Nami felt mad but decided not to let it out. "It's finally time," Luffy thought. All the Straw Hats were in their room, getting ready for the festival. And you're done," Robin said after powdering some light blush on Nami's face. She looked at herself in the mirror. Not a very heavy makeup, just some light blush and lipstick, some mascara too. Nami needed nothing else. Cause she looked pretty just the way she was. The girls had finally gotten ready. "Have you finished yet?" Zoro, along with the boys that had been waiting for 1 whole hour for the girls, yelled. "Yes, Zoro-kun." Robin replied, making Zoro blush for some reason. The girls both opened the door, revealing themselves. "You both look so pretty." Tashika, Granny and Chopper said in union. Everyone else noted, giving a thumbs up. "My pretty ladies." Sanji said. Our pretty ladies." He corrected. "I hope Luffy and Zoro didn't hear me." Luffy looked shocked at Nami. She looked so different, pretty in a manner. AWWW. Luffy wished he could say that out loud. "You look so pretty." "Nami." Luffy said, blushing. "And Robin also looks nice." Nami blushed. Luffy looked hot too. "Thanks, you also look good." Everyone chuckled as they finally left for the festival. They received wonderful comments from many villagers as well. Once they reached the hall, they were mesmerized by the beauty of the place. They all looked at Luffy with thumbs up. Guys. I will go to the bar section. Anyone coming with me?" Zoro asked, finally remembering his dialogue. "Sure. I'll join you, but no drinks for me," Robin said, giggling. Then, Usopp, Chopper, Brook and Frankie went to what they called ghost hunting. "And I will go rate the dishes," Sanji said. After Tashika and Granny went to talk to others, Luffy and Nami were left alone. Why am I alone?" Nami asked. "Don't worry. I am here with you," Luffy said, nervous. Nami chuckled as they both walked forward. They came across an animal plushie shop. "How cute." Nami pointed out one of the toys. "Let me get it for you," Luffy said as he paid and picked up one of the darts. He threw it and the dart shot the target and Nami got a cute plushie. "Thanks Luffy," Nami said, hugging the plushie. "So cute." Luffy couldn't hold in his inner thoughts. "Huh. The plushie and you too," Luffy replied. They both walked for a while in awkward silence. Until they reached a quiet area. It was a beautiful view. "The view's good," Nami said. Inches away from Luffy. They were close. "I love you, sounds like I love you," Luffy said. Nami took it in another way but later realized what he meant. But she couldn't hold it in. "Luffy?" "Nami?" They both looked at each other. "I have something to tell you," they both said in a union. "Yo, you go first," Nami said. No, you. Okay." Luffy took a deep breath. "So. Since some days. I felt something different about you. I didn't know what, but Sanji told me it was a thing called Love. Nami's eyes widened. So? Nami. I want to tell you that. I love you, Nami. Nami couldn't believe her ears. You do? Yes. Blushing, Luffy replied. Well. I wanted to tell you that I love you too. Nami smiled warmly and looked at Luffy deep into his eyes. Luffy smiled brightly. Really? Yes. Nami said, blushing. Luffy ran to her and embraced her in a tight hug, a hug of love, pure one. I love you so much. Thank you. For always being there with me, for saving me, Luffy, Nami said, breaking the hug. Always. Luffy replied, then looked eager for something. So. Sanji said that after, I confess, and you like me too. I can. Me? Of course, idiot. Nami said, smiling, as they both closed the distance between them with their lips touching. The spring fireworks went off, and it was a beautiful sight. Thanks for watching this video. If you really enjoy this video, like, subscribe, and comment down below, and turn on that bell notification. Don't forget to support and follow Reese's for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story, link in the description. See you in the next video. Goodbye.